Oh man, this is actually pretty good, guys. I don't hate this. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be part 2 of building FiveM scripts with Claude. So before we get into it, guys, I just want to say thank you. Part 1 did way better than I expected for my first video, and I appreciate everybody who watched, liked, and subscribed. Appreciate the support, guys. It makes me want to keep doing these, so that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'm also thinking about maybe a Discord server once we maybe get a little bit more traction. That way we can kind of hang out, share some scripts and ideas. Like I said, I want to incorporate other stuff into this channel, not just FiveM and FiveM development. So yeah, I think I'm going to do this video a little bit different from part 1. I'm not just going to react to the scripts that I built. I'm going to kind of show you more of how I prompted Claude and kind of give you guys the information that you can do this yourself. I'm definitely not here to gatekeep anything from anybody. My whole point with this series is to show you guys that you can build a pretty impressive server with Claude. Obviously not in one day or one prompt, but with the right approach to it, guys, you can get there. So, all right, let's get into it, everybody. All right, guys, so for part 2, we are keeping all these scripts kind of in the same family, and we're going to try to tie them all together here at the end. So stay tuned for that, guys. But with any indication of where we're standing, we are looking into LEO or police scripts today. So as you seen in that first clip, guys, we were taking a look at the police MDT. We've also got a police kind of 911 or dispatch alerting script as well, a police radar, and then I've got something really cool for you guys at the very end. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys are ready to get into this. Starting off with the MDT, guys, I've got my Claude here on the screen. Feel free to pause and look through it. So I just did a little text-to-speech to Claude, gave it kind of the user flow that I wanted, and had him build out a plan to build it. He asked me a couple questions about some record storage and the stack for the NUI web framework. So got those answered. He built out a plan. I told him it looked good and just to go with it. But guys, feel free to pause it, look through it if you have any questions. I don't want to take too much time reading that out. I want to keep you guys invested here. So without further ado, let's look into the MDT. So it's accessed by not punching the air, doing /MDT. So that pulls up this right here. This was the clip you saw in the beginning. That was my live reaction. So it looks pretty good. I asked for kind of a rugged border or a bezel. It didn't really do that. I mean, it looks okay. Like if I was in a server and I was a police officer in a server, I wouldn't be ticked off at this. Like I said, guys, with the other scripts as well, this is kind of bare bones and it needs some work. But there's a charge. So the only player that I have in the server, his name is test dev. So if we open up test, we can see some things about test. We can give him some charges here. Trespassing, add some notes and a narrative. So that's 2 months in prison and $500 fine. We'll file that charge. So it doesn't actually send off or fine the player. It just kind of does it in here. I wanted to keep this kind of simple because I had a better idea a little bit about halfway playing with this. So records, we can look up test dev in the records as well. We'll see him. We'll see I've got a vehicle, any active warrants, some licenses, charge history. It'd be cool to add a mugshot. There's also a warrants tab here. You can file warrants, search warrants. There's no active warrants. Yeah, guys. So it was pretty good. I wasn't too mad at it at the beginning, and then I was like, this is kind of lacking. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can get in a free MDT or kind of CAD system that's not in here. So I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but it did good. I mean, if your goal is a simple MDT in a simple server and you don't want too many features, you just want to be able to charge somebody real quickly, boom. This does the job. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on from this. So we are moving on to the next script of the day, which is the 911 dispatch script. So again, I will have my Claude here on the screen, just kind of scrolling up and down. So I did another text-to-speech to Claude to just kind of explain what I want. and he went together, put a build plan, asked me a couple questions about the dispatch notifications. I wanted them as a custom NUI, just like the MDT, and then on the right side of the screen. And then I had him go ahead and wire up 911 calls, auto detect gunshots, carjacking, officer down, and the existing QBX alerts. And he also went ahead and connected back to the previous scripts from the last video, the chop shop and the illegal hunting callbacks. So that was cool to see. Also had him make sure that there are different tiers in the, how the cards pop up. So high priority, officer down, bank robberies, stuff like that is a high flashing red tier. Medium is like carjacking, shots fired, store robberies, and then low would be just like a 911, which that doesn't really make sense, but low would be like a drug handoff or illegal hunting, would be a good way to differentiate those. Then it went ahead and built everything. A little bit of hindsight here is I should have added in test commands so that I can test those other dispatch events, because I don't have all the items on here to commit a robbery and stuff like that, or illegal hunting. Just for the sake of easy testing, it's just a good piece of advice for you guys to carry forward with you. Just throw in some test commands. That way you can test each and every one of these dispatch events. All right, now we're in the server, guys. Let's go ahead and test out the dispatch for you. So as we see, we're shooting in a populated area. There is a little bit of it's a little bit loose on how many times you have to shoot before it pops up. There we go. You can see it come up there in the top right. Shots fired, Vespucci Boulevard. We can see there's a blip on the map as well. It's shots fired. So, yeah, guys. There's another one. So, continuous shots. You can see there'll be multiple on the map there. You can press G to respond to the latest. That will go and set a waypoint to that latest call. So yeah, I mean, it works, and it is, I mean, I've seen similar implementations. A couple things that I would have liked to done is maybe have a hotkey to pop them in and pop them out. So hide them from the screen, and then like slide them back out. That way we can clear some off that we've already seen, because they do stay up there for a minute. It can get kind of cumbersome if there's a lot of shots in an area. But yeah, so that's the shots fired call. You can see, and it gives a little bit of an audible message or an audible ding there that you can hear. So if we go ahead and test the 911, you'll see what that one comes up as. So that one's blue. It just says the message there, and we can go ahead and respond. Would have been cool to, and you can see that's what that looks like on the map. Would have been cool to add in that, some kind of indicator to the 911 caller that somebody's on the way to help them. That could be definitely an iteration that you come back to at another point in time. And then we can go ahead and try the officer down and see what that looks like. You can see that one's red and flashing. Would have been cool to add maybe more of a harsh audible notification for that one. But yeah, like I said, guys, like all these scripts here, they need a little bit of polish, need a little bit of testing, but they work. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me say that, but they do work. I mean, it works good. You can see on the map, that's what the officer down looks like. So yeah, guys, I mean, there's not much else I can show with that one. That's pretty much all it is. And I think it works good. Yeah, guys, let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so this one is a little bit of a fun one, a little bit of an odd one. Just kind of show you the nuance of using AI to build scripts. So I was just brainstorming with Claude, asking him what we could build, and he just suggested a plate reader and radar script, and made some assumptions about it. And I was just going through the brainstorming process. So I said, let's not do some of those things. Let's change it up. So instead of the plate running automatically, it's just a radar for the speed and displays the plate. He had mentioned something about recently chopped, I guess due to the chop shop script we made in the last video. We were going through it, and then I just told him to focus on the radar, and he actually went ahead and built it. I thought he was going to ask me some other questions about it, but no, he didn't. He just went ahead and built it. So he added a small NUI widget with front and rear radars with a plate feature and plate lookup through some commands as well. So I'm in game here, guys, and I am just going to hop in the car and kind of show you what it looks like. So if we come up here, we activate it by using the /radar command, and you can see it kind of come up really small there in the bottom right. Traffic radar patrols 0 miles an hour. So that is our patrol speed. And it will, update the plate and tell how fast the vehicles are going. If we can find a vehicle that's actually moving, that one's going. It's not great. This one isn't great, guys. I will be honest. This one is not too hot. So I don't know. I mean, we were trailing them, and it's consistently showing them up. It was kind of popping away there for a second, but it's showing pretty consistently. And we can hit L, which is a conflicting keybind, but that locks the radar, so that'll keep whatever's on screen on screen. That's about all it does. So if we pull in front of this bike here and get the plate, we can do the / command. It's /plate, and then we can type in the plate 48ZSX189, and then you can see in the top right there, no registered owner for that vehicle. But yeah, guys, that is the radar script. There's not much to it, so I just want to throw that in here pretty quickly and show you that some of these scripts are pretty good. This one I'm not so happy with. It definitely needs a lot of work to it. But I mean, it works. I mean, it's not horrible. It's a working script. This is a one prompt as well. Not even necessarily, I didn't even want it to build it yet, but it went ahead and Claude went ahead and built this. So I mean, there were no errors or anything like that. That's something that's really impressive. There's no errors with any of these scripts so far. So let's go ahead and hop out of the car, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I think is probably the most impressive script that we've built so far here. All right, guys, we are nearing the end of the video. Before we get into this last script here, I just want to thank you guys once again for the support on the first video. And thank you guys for watching to this point in today's video. So if you've watched this far, guys, leave me a comment below. Let me know what kind of script you're going to create with Claude. So like I mentioned before with the MDT, it was kind of underwhelming. It was kind of bare bones. So I came back to Claude, scrapped that, and I decided let's go ahead and build a full kind of CAD system with active calls, unit management, roster, all the 9 yards. Let's build something that has everything in it. So, and I also wanted to integrate the dispatch into the MDT. So I'll show you kind of how I did that in just a little bit. For now, let's go ahead and review my Claude. So I came back to Claude, say let's create a V2 of the MDT, model it after real-world MDTs and NCIC systems. I gave it 2 screenshots. One is a screenshot of a model of a real-world police MDT or tablet. The other one is just a MDT script or CAD script that I found on Google that I like to lay out, so I gave it those 2 screenshots there for inspiration. So I told it to keep the previous MDT so I could show you guys the difference. I wanted this one to be more narrative driven, whereas the other one, there was only a small section at the bottom for a narrative. And I personally think that writing reports and writing narratives are really important when it comes to, police work. So I wanted to integrate that in the script as well. So, and he asked me some questions about how should the single form distinguish a citation from arrest. Officer chooses at the issue. And then the process arrest will integrate with the existing QBox prison script. It asked me how should the suspect be selected with either name or ID. I said both. And then how much of the CAD dashboard do you want in V2? I want a full CAD dashboard. So some other questions here, guys, that you can read through. I'll scroll through kind of slowly with rosters, incident, dispatch. So, I mean, this had everything. And we even broke it down into 3 build phases. I gave it some other iterations. So this, unlike the other ones, guys, this is not a one prompt script, guys. This is a multi-prompt build phase. I mean, this one took a lot of tokens to build this one, but for worth, it looks really good, and I will show you guys that right now. Alright guys, we are back in the server, so let's go ahead and get started with the final script that Claude has created here. So it's going to be similar as before. So we're doing /MDT, and this one has a 2 on the end, just because I didn't want to fully replace the other one. So looking in here, we are met with a pretty feature-rich dashboard. So we've got any kind of recent activity that's been going on with kind of a wonky time stat that'll need fixed. Any active warrants, announcements, recent dispatch calls, BOLOs, active officers. So shows you some pretty good information here. This was something completely new from the other MDT system, so this is a great addition, I feel. So just move on to the citations and arrests tab here. So this one is definitely more indicative and driven by the narrative process and the actual report writing than the other one, where it was just, you just kind of had just the charges and a really small box for the narrative. So I think this one would work a lot better. There's even some narrative templates that I had it add. It automatically adds the time and fines here. You can see what you've got going on here. I would like there to be a way to see kind of a write-out, a text-based write-out of all the charges that have been added, and the option to, add multiple of the same charge. That happens sometimes. So yeah, so like the other one, I don't have it wired up to actually send me to jail, just because I don't want to have to deal with that right now. But it does find me. You can see in the top right, once I hit process, it'll say you were arrested, and it will tell me the fine and time there. If it's a citation, it'll just say fined. But yeah, guys, that works pretty good. Warrants, we come into warrants tab. It's pretty similar to the citations page, but obviously you're not arresting anybody directly. You're just creating the warrant. So same with the charges and the narrative, attach the person. Really cool feature here, active warrants. And we've got a serve tab here. So if we hit the serve button, it will automatically populate all the information from the warrant over to the citations page. So I thought that was a really cool feature, and lets you just type in the narrative and run along with it. So that was a pretty cool feature. Moving on to the incidents. So this is more for events that occur that don't necessarily lead to an arrest. So if we roll up to a shots fired and there's nobody there, you still want to document it. Maybe you found some evidence. Hint on the evidence. We'll be working on an evidence script later as well. So stay tuned for that video. I'm not sure what part that'll be, but that is coming for sure. Anyway, and you want to document that, you can come here, file the incident, connecting to the dispatch. So if we change the window to last 15 minutes, there's a shots fired call. And we can attach that directly to an incident and then add whatever information we need to add to the incident and file that. So you can see all that right there. Should be a good way of searching through these. That can be something we add in the future, but I think it's got good potential. That seems like a really cool feature that would work pretty well. Moving over to the lookups. So player lookup, kind of the same as before. It'll just show you player info when you look them up. Pretty self-explanatory. The vehicles lookup is not great at the moment, so it kind of struggled with this. So if you look up the plate, this is the plate for my owned bike there. So if you look that up, it'll bring up me, or bring up the person and not kind of a vehicle object. So this isn't exactly what I was going for. I guess it works in some capacity, but wasn't what I was going for. So, this could be something that you change as well. We already looked at the dispatch. That one just completely went away. It timed out there. You can also respond and see who has been responding to those dispatch events here in the tab as well. And there's some department management stuff. So roster, charges, the templates, SOPs. So this one definitely has a lot more features than the other MDT. And I think this would actually, with those couple changes that we noted, guys, I think this would be a very working, obviously it would need some security hardening, stuff like that. But I think feature-wise, I think that this is almost ready for a production server, barring just those couple things and maybe a couple other things that I haven't mentioned. But that maybe you guys notice. Let me know in the comments below if you notice anything that needs to be changed here. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good, guys. So without further ado on that, I think that we go ahead and wrap up today's video. I want to appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next parts of these videos. I plan to, I think, I mean, with how these are turning out, guys, I think that we continue these until we get to see if we're production ready. And let me know in the comments below, guys, what kind of scripts you want me to add, and I will get those added for you. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate you all watching. Appreciate the support. Stay tuned for the next part. And yeah, guys, it's been Yeti King. Later.